I saw my son 2Pac was in a hospital bed in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'd just gotten off the plane, and after I greeted everybody in the emergency room, and when I walked through the doors, I saw something that resembled my son, but really didn't look like my son the last time I saw him. Really didn't look like my son the last time I saw him.
How did you feel, and what was your reaction when you heard the news that 2Pac got shot in Vegas?
I was coming home from a late night, crazy night. Sun was coming up, and I think it did come on the radio. And first thing I thought, Pac got shot. Like I said, the first thing you think is, damn, he got shot. Oh, he's not dead? He's gonna be all right. And then the days went, and I was calling my homegirl who took over doing some of my responsibilities after I left. So I could talk to Pac, you know, through her and stuff. And so I called her immediately and asked, you know, what was up? Should I fly to Vegas? She was like, no, he's gonna be all right. She was like, no, he's gonna be all right. I was like, cool. So I'm telling everybody he's gonna be all right. And then the day he died, I called her. She called me something. She said, he opened his eyes. He opened his eyes. He's all right. And I told everybody, and I walked in the house, the TV said he's dead.
Is expected to recover. And think about the liability issues of saying that a celebrity is expected to recover and then that celebrity ends up dying. I mean, they don't come out and say somebody's expected to recover unless they're pretty certain that the celebrity is going to recover.
The concept is that 2Pac is so powerful an individual and has left such an impact as far as his music and his controversial views that he's not really dead. So what we've done is taken the incident after the Vegas shooting and left the possibility, however small it might be, that he's still alive, that he went to New Mexico, that a special government organization kind of protected him and medically took care of him, and that he was able to somehow survive and take a journey.
We were not invincible to bullets. And I'm standing by the fact that man wore a bulletproof vest in Vegas. I was there. I was there the whole entire weekend. And I'm standing by that.
It's a GOAT conspiracy theory.
2Pac was still alive after he got killed, living in Cuba. And we believe that shit for like another 6-7 years.
So we still believe that.
Suge Knight saying I did it on the Machiavelli tape in the beginning, had me listening to that shit for like a whole year.
Hey, but one thing you gotta realize was that, boys, my own and our crew, boys, that red team ain't no telling around here. We don't do no telling. So wherever Pac supposed to be at is where he's supposed to be at.
This is the house in Cuba where Tupac Shakur has allegedly been hiding for the past 20 years. It might sound like just another conspiracy theory, but new claims and media reports suggest this is far more than a rumor. According to sources online, this secluded house near Havana has been identified as the possible safe house where Tupac has been living in secret, completely off the radar. Why Cuba? Tupac's mother, Afeni Shakur, openly supported Cuba's political system. His godmother and close relative Assata Shakur has been living there under political asylum since escaping the U.S. in the 1980s. If anyone had the network and resources to disappear, it was Tupac. Here's what the theorists claim as evidence. No verified photos of Tupac's body were ever released after he passed in 1996. His posthumous album, Machiavelli, The Don Killuminati, was full of lyrics about resurrection, rebirth, and faking one's own death. Even Suge Knight, who was in the car with Tupac the night of the shooting, once said, "You never know, maybe he's still alive."
About this, but that's the video of Tupac the night that he was in Las Vegas, and he comes from the back scenes where he's yelling about how what is his name, Mike Tyson had knocked out the guy he was fighting. I forget what's his name, Shelton. I forget what his name is, but anyway, and he was like, well, that's the same thing Tupac gonna do. He's gonna knock someone out. Now, what was always strange about that is the fact that all of that was being recorded. Somebody went and edited the video enough for us to feel like Tupac was anticipating getting in a fight that night. So was that pre-planned? Because the guy that's here, the guy in the white, that's Tupac. If you can't tell that is Tupac, go back and check it out yourself. But the night that Tupac was in Las Vegas, he obviously was prepared to fight somebody, and the person he fought was supposed to be Orlando Anderson, I think, but that didn't go the way they expect. I think that was all a setup. Orlando Anderson had a shirt jersey on with 13 all over it, side on both sides, back and front. The person that Tupac was fighting that night, and I'm probably going to put that in the background too, did not have a 13 anywhere. And then later we find out, that they say that Orlando Anderson was at the hospital at the time, or even at the bar at the time that Tupac was being shot. So what's this all a setup?
If they ever come get me for some bullshit and I don't want to go to jail, which I don't, I got this phobia. I ain't going to jail.
They want to put me in jail for something I did a long time ago, and I can't really blame them because I was kind of a bad person before. But now I'm trying to do something with my life and they won't let me. I can't do nothing in jail. They keep trying to shove me in jail. They talking about how overcrowded it is, but yet they still trying to shove me in there.
I can't say. I know he had no intentions on going back. I hate to say what he was planning on doing if he had to go back, but I definitely heard heard what his plans were. People would be like,
I can only assume. He would have died before he went back to jail, literally.
He said he was going to have one of the outlaws shoot him in the head.
They wanted to put Pac back in prison. And Pac would fake his own death and disappear before he go back to prison.
What do you say to those that think people fake that Tupac faked his own death?
Did Tupac what? Faked his death?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a very interesting question because he's no dummy, and I don't think he'd put himself in a position where he wouldn't go back. He knew if he was going back to prison, he wasn't going to get out. To tell you the truth, because he's mentioned that many times. And if you look at the Machiavelli, the 7-day theory, where the prince faked his death and came back, and his infatuation with that.
Not one individual that's talked about this letter has mentioned the fact that this little girl says he is alive. Not one. I know I'm late to the party, the cookout, whatever, but I recently came across this letter that was written to Tupac by Willow Smith when she was only 12 years old. Why is no one talking about the fact that she says, I know you are alive someplace? Not one person I have seen mention that. Obviously, this letter is so wrong for so many reasons, because it's kind of like you traumatized your 12-year-old, because if you read the letter, you can see what I'm talking about. But it's so strange to me that nobody's talking about that this 12-year-old says she knows that Tupac is alive. What do y'all think?
Pac fans were saying he went to Mexico. I wonder if Heaven Got a Ghetto got the whole layout. They had Pac in the bed. They was nursing Pac back. Badass said Pac was in a hotel bed. We're going to get back. That's another topic. Remember, for years, since the Smile video, they were saying Pac was alive. Puffy and them and Nas. Puffy and Nas did You Can Hate Me Now on the cross. Scarface had to say, nah, we did that before Pac died. But they were saying, so if y'all did that before Pac died, why is the video with Biggie truck laced up? In the beginning of the Smile video, Pac fans for years calling the radio station, Hot 97. Come on, I'm talking to somebody. Hello, somebody. Come on, somebody. Right? It wasn't just Pac fans. It were people in the industry saying this video was sus. How would Pac know that Biggie truck got laced if Pac went first?
Shook Jr. has been posting images of Tupac posing with celebs, saying that the rapper lives in Malaysia now and the Illuminati knows all about it.
Y'all turn y'all back on me, I'll turn my back on y'all. We won't have nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? I go ahead and do something crazy, cut my nose up and, bug out.
Hold on, wait, stop scrolling. So I was going down the whole Mandela effect wormhole to see if I could find anything that I remember being different than how it actually was, right? So I looked up the picture of Tupac right before he died to see if his shirt was still green, which it was. But what I failed to realize was there was no keys in the ignition. Weird, right? If you don't know the story behind this picture was took right before Tupac died in a drive-by at a red light. Why are you at a red light without keys? In other words, I discovered that my whole life is a lie.
The car pulled up at 2Pac. Car pulled right here. 2Pac at this light. Car went that way. I was living right here in 1996 when 2Pac. Right here. I ain't never told nobody. Only the close people with me know.
I mean, when I left that hospital, me and Pac was laughing and joking. So I don't see how somebody can turn from doing well to doing bad.
So you seriously think that he might still be alive?
I'm gonna tell you this, Pac, you never know.
Stop fucking with me with that. And this is my bro. You know damn well. Listen to me. On some real shit? Yes, nigga. Yes. So you don't gotta ask me no more. I'm gonna answer this one time. This nigga asked me, was Pac still alive? Yes, he's still alive. Don't ask me that no more. Anybody with a fucking brain knows that Pac's still alive. He did that.
And they don't even know I'm fucking alive for real. I know. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching, listen to this. I'm watching the performance right now, you know what I'm saying? I think they did a good job on my animations and the way they put the computer-generated copies and stuff like that. I mean, well, anyway, this is the real 2Pac Shakur, and I just want to let y'all know that I'm here, I'm live, and I'm doing my motherfucking thing. And so the Coachella concert that y'all heard, you know what I'm saying, is my little gift to my fans and everything like that out here in the world. And I want to let you know, Thug Life still continues. And we still gonna be strong, and we still gonna make this money out here. And so to all my fans out there, letting y'all know, you know what I mean? We back, baby.
We stayed down on the Hennessy, Spice getting drunk. So I asked him about Pac. I'm like, man, what was up with Pac? I said, man, I think he's still alive. And Spice was like, man. Spice kind of broke down, and you know, he was like, say, bro, check this out. I'm gonna tell you something crazy. He said, man, the last song Pac did was with me and Cocaine. You heard me? And he was like, that was the same day he got killed. Like I pulled up on him. We was in a drop top. We was drinking Hennessy and apple juice. And he said we did a song, and then he left. He wanted me to go to Vegas with him. And Spice was saying he just got out of jail that day. So boom. He said Pac left, went on his way, and went to Vegas, you know what I'm saying, without him, you know, because Spice had some stuff to do. So boom. Spice was telling me, he said that day while they was hanging before they did the song, they went by Pac mama house, and Pac had an empty room up there, and he had a pound of that gas up in the closet, but it was like an empty room. He had a pound of gas up there, and it had a tombstone with Pac's name on it. And the time he died, on the tombstone, just on the floor, leaning up against the wall. And Spice said he looked at it, and he was like, man, Pac be doing movies. So he figured it was like a movie prop or something. So boom, he blew it off, and they went, jumped in the drop, blowing, drinking. They said they were drinking Hennessy and apple juice. And
he said this was before he passed.
Yeah, this is the day he passed,
and he had a tombstone already though.
Yeah, and when they went by his mama house to get some gas to go ride around and blow,
man,
you know, before they go to the studio, only thing in the room was the pound in the closet, and then the tombstone on the floor leaning up against the wall, but the whole room was empty. And this was in Pac's mama house.
Crazy.
So he blew it off like, man, Pac an act. This probably for a movie or something. So Spice blew it off. So boom, after Pac had passed, Spice had went back to Pac's mom and was like, hey, like everybody been telling me Pac's still alive. And instantly Pac's mama told Spice, shh, don't never say that again. Them white vans gonna pull up, hit you with that needle. You're gonna be walking around drooling, talking to yourself for the rest of your life. You're gonna be crazy. And Spice was like, what? You know what I'm saying?
First off, I
want to thank everyone that's been following the series, liking, subscribing, and commenting. Pac left us with a serious mystery. The thing that gets me the most is them saying he was getting better and was expected to recover. Then he allegedly passed. When you look at the timeline of those 6 days in University Medical Center, nothing lines up cleanly. 1 minute he's resting comfortably and expected to make a full recovery, and then the next, the narrative completely shifts, and his dad clearly said he seen something that resembled his son in the hospital, but it didn't look like his son the last time he saw him. That's actually one of them Holy Grail type clips, and he slightly changed his story since he said that. In fact, a lot of people change their stories over the years, almost as if they are protecting a secret from people saying he was trying to pull the stuff off himself in the hospital that he was connected to people saying he was trying to speak. Those stories slightly changed, almost like the script was being rewritten in real time. If the people closest to the situation can't keep the details straight, you have to ask yourself, are they covering up a tragedy, or are they hiding the ultimate disappearing act? Think about the mindset of Pac in late '96. He was a political target, facing intense industry pressure, deep enmities, and constant surveillance. He openly talked about wanting to step out of the spotlight, to pull back from the rap game and transition into film and community activism. But when you're trapped in a contract and in the crosshairs of the feds and rival factions, you can't just walk away unless you give them exactly what they think they want. A final curtain call. The shifting accounts from the hospital room start to make a lot more sense when you view them through the lens of a calculated escape plan. Look at the inconsistent accounts, the constant flip-flopping about whether he was trying to speak or trying to pull out his own. Tubes feels less like confusion and more like manufactured noise to keep the public guessing. Then you have the hospital bed discrepancy, that heavy, unforgettable statement from his own father saying the man in that bed didn't look like his son. In the world of high-stakes disappearing acts, that's the smoking gun. Was that even Pac in the bed during those final hours? Or was the switch already made while the media was distracted by the chaos outside? We can't forget the Machiavelli blueprint. He literally rebranded himself after Niccolo Machiavelli, the political strategist who famously advocated for faking one's death to deceive enemies and gain the ultimate upper hand. If Pac wanted out of the matrix, a fake death wasn't just an option, it was the only option. By letting the world believe he passed, the debts were cleared, the beefs were neutralized, and the federal cases evaporated overnight. The changing stories from the inner circle aren't signs of a cover-up to protect the killer. They are the signs of a tight-knit circle keeping the secret of a man who successfully orchestrated his own exit. That's where the real mystery lies, man. The deeper you dig into the final hours, the more the official story crumbles, leaving behind a blueprint of the perfect escape. Pac faded into the shadows to live out his life on his own terms, completely off the grid. But I want to know what y'all think. Is the shifting narrative proof that the stories were manufactured from the jump? Was Pac playing chess while the rest of the world was playing checkers? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about it. If you dug this breakdown, do me a huge favor. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and lock in with the notification bell so you never miss a drop. Appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with the channel and keeping the community growing. Stay safe, stay locked in, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.